bringing you this cryptocurrency update, a very important video on Bitcoin and what's going on with Bitcoin right now, because it's really frustrating. But and my view and what I'm doing and what's going on with my trade and etc. But before we get into it, here is my trading floor in Dubai, and there is a chance for you to win a free 2-week trip to Dubai to join me at my famous Dubai trading floor and trade together with me and learn from me, and also enjoy yachts and cars and everything, and restaurants, everything, every single expense covered by me, including your hotel, your plane ticket, and your food, everything. So go to Kralo Trading Show. There is a link down in the description, and register your participation for free. So I'm giving away 5 seats, and the winners are going to be announced on the 1st of February, and the travel to Dubai is going to be on the 14th or 15th of February, and then you're going to spend 2 weeks with me, and then you're going to be going back home on the 1st of March. So go to kralotradingshow.com and register your participation. We'll be happy to see you in Dubai. Okay, without any further ado, let's move right to the computer screen, which is easier to use. And I'm going to illustrate exactly what I'm seeing in the charts right now. So there are a few important things to take a look at. And number one is the actual on-chain activity. We're interested in currently in this exchange inflow volume and the outflow volume as well. So as you can see here in the exchange inflow has dropped by 44% in the last 45%, but in the last 24 hours. And the exchange outflow volume increased by 16%. So that means a lot more of Bitcoin is going out of the exchanges than coming in, which is a good sign. You know, when there's a lot of Bitcoin coming into the exchanges, oftentimes they go into the exchanges in the hopes to manipulate the market or to actually sell a huge volume of Bitcoin, which drives the price down. So also Bitcoin exchange whale ratio, we can take a look and we can see that maybe we formed a lower peak right here, which might be taking the whale presence on the exchanges a bit down. So that could be a good sign. And what's more interesting is before we take a look at read the chart itself, let's take a look at this chart right here, which is Bitcoin dominance. And as you might remember, in one of the previous videos, I actually showed you the Bitcoin dominance chart, which I said was very important, and it still is very relevant. And right here we had this low of 40%. So it's our huge support right now for Bitcoin, and everybody was hoping that finally Bitcoin is bouncing off of 40% right here, but it actually came back to retest it, and now maybe it's coming back up. But it seems like we actually have a local low right here in terms of Bitcoin dominance, and that's not really that very good. So actually, if we break lower than 40%, that's not going to be very good for Bitcoin. That's number one. Number two, it's going to be really good for altcoins and etc. So we might see, you know, one of the biggest altcoins ever, altcoin seasons ever. But right now, this is what it's looking like, and it's not really that very good. So we might be breaking lower than we were right here. So, or we could see this kind of a squeeze and maybe going higher. But right now, this is not a very good scenario. We're right at 40%. So something to really watch out for. Okay, let's go to the Bitcoin price itself. This is what has more interest for us, and this is what we're gonna see in the chart. A lot of people, I still believe that we are currently breaking out of our falling wedge in the daily chart, which is this one right here, this huge falling wedge, which should have given us this opportunity to actually re-enter into the climbing prices, basically to long the market with huge trades, just like it did right here and also right here. But so far, it's been quite a tough situation. A lot of people wrote in the comments saying that my resistance line is imperfect. Well, number one, diagonal lines are very, very subjective, and I personally really don't like diagonal lines for this purpose, for this reason, that they are really imprecise. But I really worked really hard to mark it as precisely as I possibly could. So I do believe that my resistance level is really precise, and I'm going to show you in a smaller time frame exactly why. There is proof why this one is a super precise one. Sure, you can use some magnet tool and try to replace it somehow differently, but I always place them myself precisely with as many confirmations as possible, and so that in the latest price action it's the most relevant one. So and that's, I think, is the smartest way to do it. And I still believe that we are breaking out right now because we are out of this zone. And let me show you exactly what it looks like. in the 1 hour chart. So we are still breaking out. So my actual belief of the breakout is still relevant. It's still there. So it's not looking as good as we might have hoped. But anyway, we're still breaking out. And here, let's take a look at the proof that my resistance line is actually more than accurate. More than accurate. Rejection, rejection, rejection. All very close, but rejection, 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 spot on rejection. So again, call me Mr. Spot On, but we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 precise spot on rejections. And then you say that this is an imprecise diagonal level? Well, think again. What about these ones? Rejection, rejection, rejection. And we can go back and find more. Rejection, 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 rejection. How is this an imprecise level? I'm sorry. I mean, you do your thing, of course, but I'm pretty sure that this is more than spot on precise. So therefore, if we conclude that it's spot on, which it is, then we can see that it has turned from a resistance level into a support level, which is a very good bullish sign for Bitcoin. We still don't see this bloody impulse that we want to see going higher and breaking 44,000. As you might remember in the previous video that I said that 44K is very important, still is very important, but we didn't even get to 44,000. We got to 43,800, but not to 44. So that's still a huge job that we need to do, and we are actually moving downward. So that's not a very good thing, is it? However, yeah, we can take a look at this falling wedge here that we have and mark it a bit more precisely. Something like this, just real quick. It usually takes me a lot of time to mark these because precise key market level placement is super important. Sometimes it takes me half an hour to mark them more precisely. So in the videos, I'm just doing it as fast as I can. And also this one right here. So we could say that we have some kind of a falling wedge right here, right now, in the 1 hour chart, and perhaps we're gonna break out of it finally and go upward, and this could be something that everybody probably is hoping for right now. So if you've been kicked out of this trade, because I entered right here and I was expecting the price to go to what was my expectation right here, 45,500 I believe was my take profit. So the target was 45,700, because we were really thinking that this is something that we're going to see in the price, especially after the break of 44K. This is something that didn't happen, but again, we are still above it, so we've broken out of it. I mean, this is not even a complex false break. I think that this is a legitimate, this is a legitimate break, but it's just that it's moving down in a falling wedge, which is really, uncomfortable for me. So for me to actually hold this trade, my stop loss I had to have it somewhere at this area maybe. Then it would have been, safer somewhere here below this support level, which would be below 42,200. But I could not afford something like this because my take profit would have been somewhere at around 45,500. So I mean, and I'm entering at around 43,300. I think my entry was somewhere here in this break. So my take profit to stop loss ratio has to be at least 3-to-1. So having such a huge stop loss, I wouldn't make it in this 3-to-1 ratio, or it would be really difficult. I'm actually trying to keep it bigger than 3-to-1, like 5-to-1, 8-to-1, 10-to-1. I really enjoy these kinds of trades, but sometimes the result is that I'm just tapped out and kicked out of the move, which is fine. But overall, I'm making good money because in the latest time I had 2 stop losses, and all the previous trades that I had more than covered for the stop losses. So I'm still in an amazing profit and hope that you guys are as well. And by the way, if you want to be trading on Bybit, then I recommend Bybit in general. I have a lot of money in Bybit, and there is an exclusive link down in the description of this video, which you can click, register with Bybit. Takes like 20 seconds, make your initial deposit and claim up to $4,100 in bonuses. And once you register with my exclusive link, you can also go to the rewards hub inside of Bybit and claim additional rewards, which is quite awesome, so that you also prepare for these amazing upcoming trades. Right, so the idea here right now, what we are seeing is one of the hugest numbers of support you could ever imagine. So let's count the support that we have. We have this incredible support, this diagonal one right here as well, with this confirmation, this one, and just now this spot on one. That's why call me Mr. Spot On. So we have this support, then we also have this support right here, because this has been also a very strong one. This is the one we squeezed previously and was a really cool potential to enter as well if you did good job. 42,200, and we have again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and almost close this one 8. So we had, this is super strong as well at 42,200. So this is a second one. Then we also have this support right here, which just formed, not that well, recently was confirmed here very much. So that's also a bunch of confirmations in this one, and that's 42,800. So that's number 3. Then we have this small support right here, which is this falling wedge. That's number 4. And then the actual daily, from the daily chart, this super strong one, this diagonal level, that's number 5. So we have literally 5 supporting levels for the price in this area right here, which is something that I haven't seen many times. So for the price to actually go below and pierce through everything, that's gonna be a really bad scenario, and that's gonna be a very bearish sign. So watch out for it. If this is something that's gonna happen, be really careful. But as you can see, it's all these levels are confirmed. See how fast the price is actually retracing. So all of these actually, if you're trading actively, if you're spending many hours at the trading desk, all of this is tradable. I mean, I'm running many businesses and doing stuff and preparing for the trading show, etc. So I'm trying to just take those big trades and show you guys what's possible, how to manage your risk, and if you're losing money, how to view the situation, how to not overtrade, etc. So showing you real live markets, really how it's happening in real, not like others who are just showing you the profits. So please hit that like button and let's get to 1,000 likes, because your support and your likes is what gives me the motivation and propels this channel to grow more and faster. So please hit that like button for reality and for real market analysis and for all this helpful stuff that I'm trying to do here and show the real life examples. So what we are expecting right now, I think that the probability of the price actually turning on us and going past all this support and gathering all of this liquidity in a super short-term perspective, then our next target is going to be 40,500, and then potentially even lower. But right now, obviously, our target is going to be 40,500 and the 40,000 in general right here, which is also a psychological level. So there is going to be a lot of support right here. But also, as I said, huge amount of support here as well. So the likelihood of ours retesting 40,000, seeing all of this support here is not really that very big. So if you're inclined to take all these small trades and try to trade the breakout out of this wedge, or if we actually do break these levels here, then trying shorting the market, going to 40K, that's absolutely fine as well. So that's up to you. That's something that I would be personally looking out for and seeing exactly what's happening in the charts to actually, if I would have been trading super actively. So yeah, that's my view to the markets currently, and please share this video with as many people as you can. You can share it on, you can click the share button, you can share it on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and pretty much everywhere else. And as always, please hit that like button, and thank you very much. Thomas Krallo, peace and love. Best of luck in the markets. I'll see you in the next video. Cheerio!